All right, everybody, thanks for joining me for another Shed Talk segment. Today I'm going to talk about why would somebody want to purchase LearningZen over somebody else's learning management system. We all know that there's hundreds of choices of learning management systems out there, and so I figured I'd quickly talk a little bit about why LearningZen, and a little bit of this actually plays into my background. I've worked for other learning management companies in the past, I would say more on the traditional side, where oftentimes it took 9 months to implement a system or a year and a half to implement systems. And when we built LearningZen, we tried to take a lot of that experience, what I had with a traditional system, and figure out what's needed in that system versus what is probably a little bit overkill. And what we were able to do is take the best features out of all of the different systems that I'd worked with in the past and create one system that had all of those things. But there's also interesting things about this industry that not a lot of people know about. For instance, hidden costs. Learning management systems are notorious for dinging you with additional fees, whether that's a limit on the amount of content you can create, or the bandwidth, or the users, or tying into integrations. There's all kinds of additional fees. Some companies are charging for training, which is just crazy to us because we want you to be successful with our system. We want you to come back year after year. Why am I going to charge you to learn how to use our learning management system? It's in my best interest for you to use it, be happy with it, and keep coming back to us year after year. So there's a couple of things to talk about with the LearningZen learning management system. The most important thing is that it is affordable. It fits into everyone's budget. Whether you're a small business or a big business, we've got a package that meets your needs for sure. Of course, we don't have those additional add-on fees that a lot of other people have. We've got a really easy to use authoring tool. It's the world's easiest authoring tool. You do not have to be an instructional designer with a master's degree. If you have subject matter expertise and that's in your head somewhere, or it's in a manual, and you want to get that into an engaging e-learning course, we've got the editor that allows you to do that with very little training to get ramped up and learning how to use it. It is the type of thing that, today you're an instructor, tomorrow you can be an instructional designer. And there's some really basic things that we can teach you how to do that. But that authoring tool is what separates LearningZen from almost all of the competition out there. And then the last thing is, we've got a world-class team of people that are engaged in your success. We've got a customer care program. A lot of people call this, a customer success program. That's exactly what we're doing. We are proactively asserting ourselves onto your team, checking in on you on a quarterly basis to find out, are your goals being met? Do you have any new goals and objectives? Have you learned how to use the system effectively? Do you know about new features that we've rolled out to the product? And then we've got a world-class support team. You can contact them via email, you can chat them live on our site, you can call them up at any time. You're not paying for any of that, that's all included in it. We've got a world-class professional services team. If you don't have the time to do it yourself, you can have us build courses, record how-to videos, help you with your launch, analyze your training program. All of these are things that make LearningZen really the world's easiest learning management system when it comes to the usability of the site, to how easy and fast we can implement it, to how simple it is for us to show you how to use a system in just a number of minutes, not days, weeks, months, years. This system sets up, we can have you guys up and running and live within 24 hours if that's what your goal is. So those are just some of the reasons why we really love the LearningZen system. We're a group that's heavily committed to how people are learning today, not how they were learning in the past. When we're teaching people, we're not always teaching ourselves or people of our own age. It's often multi-generational. And you really need to think about how your audience absorbs training information. If you're training a lot of people in that 18 to 30 age range, if you're just handing them manuals, likely none of that information is getting retained. It's probably getting stored, in the trunk of their car, maybe it's going home and getting put into a desk, but I really highly doubt that they're reading that word for word, page for page, retaining all of that information. So think about that audience And LearningZen makes it super simple to utilize video, which we know is the next generation level of training where everybody goes to learn today, is by watching how-to videos. They want to see how something is done correctly. They want to hear, why is that important to the business? So being able to show how things are done and explain the why that's important in a video and understanding the process of how to create a great how-to video is something that this team really excels at, and we can help your business excel at that as well. So that's just kind of a little bit about LearningZen, why I love our product. Is one of the things that we see, and I think it helps the trainers, the instructors, that I just wanted to touch on, which is we are grabbing the statistics for all of your exams being taken, and we're crunching the numbers behind the scenes so that you can actually see detailed information about where your audience is doing a great job retaining information and where they struggle. And if we as trainers and business owners can see where our staff struggles, we can address a weakness and hopefully turn that into a strength. And having those numbers and statistics to back up that information tells you exactly where you need to focus. If you want to improve upon your consistency, use more videos, track the exam questions, and find out what people retain, what do they really absorb and understand versus what do they really struggle with. And let's focus on those struggles so that we have happier employees that want to stay longer for us, that understand what's expected of them, how to do their job well. And overall, let's reduce that, turnover ratio so we keep the good people. And if we have to bring somebody else in, you've got an online training program. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You're not going to have to spend all of that money training up and ramping up your new staff because you've got a program and a system in place that they can follow. They're going to get up to speed that much faster. All right, everybody, that wraps up this segment on Shed Talks. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, should be down in the corner, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.